Hi, I'm Dr. Surekha Tiwari. I'm a practicing homeopathic doctor in Bangalore for the last 22 years and in this profession for the last 32 years. I'm also a psychological counselor. I have 2 clinics in Bangalore, one in HSR layout and one in AECS layout.
Obesity, first, how do we define it? Generally there is a height-weight ratio which is provided by the WHO, and we all have those charts. So you can refer to what is your ideal weight. Before I go on to the discussion about homeopathy and obesity, I would also like to tell all of you that please take a little caveat in all the things which are measured on this chart of ideal weight against ideal height. There is something which is known as bone density. Those people who have heavier bones will always be heavier than the others. Those people who have body structures, there are 3 kinds of body structures: ectomorphic, mesomorphic, exomorphic. So in that case, mesomorphic people will always put on what easily. Ectomorphic people will, whatever they eat, they will never put on weight. Exomorphic, even if they have excess air, they'll put on weight. So when we discuss obesity, and typically when we discuss obesity with a clinical mind, you must look at the spectrum of a certain weight and height ratio, right? Having said all of it, and if you are genuinely overweight. If you're genuinely overweight, so there is a mismatch between what you're eating and what your body is using. If these 2 levels are balanced, then weight will not store itself in the body. So first of all is this. The first, you look after your diet. Now diet also. Diet is a very important part of development. Diet is a very important part of immunity. That is a very, very important part of health. You cannot compromise health because you don't want to eat and become thin, right? So what you need to do is have a balanced diet. Make sure that your carbohydrates, your proteins, your fats, your minerals and your vitamins are taken in every diet. Only thing being, you can definitely reduce the amount of fat, you can definitely control the kind of carbohydrates you have, and you can always control the amount given at one particular time so that you give your body less work at one point of time. That means we reduce the metabolic challenge with every meal. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, eating with your body clock. There used to be something known as a circadian cycle, which says sleep and eat with the sun. So when you wake up with the sun, you sleep with the sun. When you eat with the sun and you don't eat after the sun has gone down. And when you sleep with the sun and get up when the sun comes out. This was known as the circadian cycle, and this was supposed to be the most wise thing to do. I do understand that in today's world, and especially the IT industry, it may not be the best possible option or the option. But we can always try to do that. And if you can do that, it will really help you greatly in obesity without making any change in your diet. Because there's a very old adage in Shruta Samhita which says that you become what you eat. And it also says that the best food eaten at the worst time is as bad food eaten at the correct time. So if you can maintain a timetable, then also your obesity and overweight can be managed very nicely. The third element, which ever and ever I've been repeating myself on, is the water intake. 72% of your body is water. Often when actually we are thirsty, we recognize it as hunger, because water and food both go to the stomach. So the call from the stomach feels like hunger. If you can first address every pang of hunger as thirst and drink water, so we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. 1, we'll have the water intake that we required, and 2, we may be able to segregate hunger from thirst. Now third is, people when they want to lose weight, they start drinking a lot of hot water. I do not ascribe to it, because your body need to exist on the temperature it is existing with the environment. So try and have room temperature water interspersed every 2 hours with 1 glass of hot water, 2 glasses of hot water, so that your metabolic kick can be taken care of. Fourth, try not to have water around your meals. Before the meal, because when you have it before the meal, your stomach will get too full. You need your food to be healthy, and don't have it with food or immediately after food. Because when you have it with food or immediately after food, you dilute your enzymes. The digestion process doesn't take place. So you become overweight not because you're eating too much, but because your body is not able to digest what you're eating, right? And fourth, I've always felt is people don't eat enough fiber. If we can have enough fiber, the body will have a balance. To hold the water which you're drinking, you need fiber. To dissolve all the vitamins that you're eating, you need fiber. To be able to clear your bowels, you need fiber. If all these things are dependent on fiber, then why not have fiber as salads in all our meals? And have the uncooked part before the cooked part, so that it helps you digest itself better, right? And fifth element, which often we ignore but works like magic, is keeping a very fair eye on your bowel movements. If your bowel movements are not going to be good, you will put on weight unnecessarily. This was about diet. Rest is about certain ailments. In those ailments, you do tend to put on weight without doing anything wrong. You may be doing everything right, yet you're putting on weight. Then do go and test your thyroid. Do get and test your blood sugars. In both these, and also your kidney functions. Apart from these three things, if you think your metabolism is very slow, if you're not able to digest your food, you're doing everything right, you're exercising, you're drinking water, you're eating on time, yet not losing weight, then stress, lack of sleep, all these will also make your weight go up. I think beyond this, go to a homeopathic doctor. They've got medicines. Do not take medicines off the shelf. People hear about Phytoleuca berry. They come to us about taking fucus. Yes, we have them on our shelf. But believe me, these medicines also have indications. So while you're taking the medicine, if you take it with proper indications, you will get fantastic results.